Well, it's not really a typical band where, you know, it's cats that know each other and they start, you know, they have a history together and they you know, decide to form a band. You know, this was Dave and Jerry in Boston that had met in a chance encounter, decided they wanted to work together, and then they went on kind of a nationwide search for a singer. And I happened to have a profile up on this website. They liked what they heard and flew me out to Boston. I spent like 5 days with those guys, and I got a contract faxed over to me, and it was like I walked into my job and said, I quit. I'm going to make music. So that was kind of a cool moment. I've always been a fan of heavy music my whole life, but then I also have a really fine appreciation for electronica, and I love bands like, you know, Lamb and Depeche Mode, and you know, things that have a very electronic, synthetic sound to it as well, industrial vibe. When I heard HourCast music, it was really this kind of fusion between electronic stuff and Boston hardcore, and that's really what drew me to it. And I kind of bring more of that alternative electronic side to the band.
Me and Dave, the guitarist, were in thrash metal bands growing up, and that's how we met. And then we ran into each other down the road at Ozfest. He asked me to join the band, and I came down and tried out.
HourCast was a name that came up, and it just means, you know, the hour's been cast. It's kind of a do or die thing. And I think that's the way we look at this all the time, and the way we have looked at it to continue is like, you know, we get this opportunity, and we just really have to take it and just get, you know, pour our hearts into it. So that's where it came from. The first record, State of Disgrace, we produced it and recorded it ourselves at Longview Firm Studio. This time we decided to do something different and work with some producers, Jay Baumgartner and Jay Gordon at NRG. It was cool to work, you know, with JB and just kind of feel his experience and learn things from him, and have just another perspective on the songs.
I didn't want to write this State of Disgrace all over again. I wanted to kind of branch off and try some new things, and that's where, like, you know, the whole producer thing came in, and, you know, having different minds kind of involved with the band.
State of Disgrace, with me transplanting myself from Kansas City to Boston and meeting the guys in my band and being introduced to their lives and all the things that were going on with them and all the things I saw around me, I really wrote that record about them. You know, I found most of my lyrics were coming out about the situations they were in, the guys in the band and the relationships they were in. Then we went out, we toured, and all this great stuff happened. Well, we took a couple years off, which was really hard on me, and Dystopia really is more about me and what was the result of what happened because of the State of Disgrace record. I always write from a personal space of what I observe around me, but those songs particularly were focused really more at me. It seemed like the pinnacle of a career now. The benchmark was, oh, they have their own reality show. That was the biggest deal, like, you know, and it just cracked me up. And as we were writing lyrics, we decided to roll with this whole thing about reality shows and how horrible television programming has become. We thought it would be fun to, you know, make fun of the Jersey Shores, the Heidi Montags, and all those types of people in the video. What do I have to do for you? Surround my body and eat it. I worked with Jessie Jane on the video, who was just an absolute sweetheart. I mean, the nicest, sweetest, prettiest girl. When I saw her, just so sweet and cool. And then within an hour, she was just slapping the shit out of me and beating me up like there was no tomorrow. I think we're going to continue to tour and continue to write music, man, and just keep putting music out there for the people that like it.